right. Welcome to AZ in the Know on Icon Radio. This your boy Larvell S. Witt. Don't forget your boy S. Witt. And then we got your man Floyd. Floyd.
What's going on? This is your boy Floyd. AZ in the Know.
There he is. We got you in there now.
Yes, sir.
So, man, we have...
Oh, man. What's going on?
What's going on today? You know, there's been a lot going on, but we're going to get back to that later.
Okay.
Because, we talk about so much stuff. We talk about Trump all the time. I'm tired of talking about Trump.
I'm trumped out. I'm sorry. I'm just trumped out.
So this is what we're going to talk about. We got the boy, the man. The Mr. of the Hour.
That's right.
O.D. Harris.
Come on now. Come on.
City of Chandler, Councilman-elect. How you doing today, sir?
I'm good. What's going on? How you guys doing?
We're doing good.
Thanks for coming through.
Absolutely. Yes, it's Councilman-elect O.D. Harris. I'm excited. I'm glad to get this thing going and talking to all the constituents out there that lives in Chandler and wherever else they may be hearing me from. Wherever you at, make some noise.
We national, baby. We national.
I'm national. Okay, well, good. I want to say this to my fellow Americans. No, I'm just
how you been, man? How's the ride?
You know what? Since I've been elected, it's been like I've been on a different type of high, just full of excitement. I went through a campaign where, anything that you do in life, just know that you're going to have doubters. You're going to have naysayers. You're going to have people that does not believe in what you can do. And I think in Chandler proved that people are ready for change, and I think America is ready for a change, but Chandler specifically was ready for change, and they put their vote to action, and they elected me in, and I'm excited about that.
Awesome. That is very good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's time for newness. We new and we time for new ideas, new adventures, new things going. I know, cause City of Chandler. I mean, I always live close to Chandler.
Okay.
And so every time I go through Chandler, I'll be like, okay.
gotta be a little leery.
It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was going to talk to you about. It was every time. Okay, when I get on the freeway to go to work, right? I would go to work, and then I never really drove through. I was going on the freeway.
Yeah.
And so when I was going through, then I got off. This one day, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take the streets. I'm tired of the freeway. I'm just take the streets. So when I went through, I was like, is that OD? I was like, is that OD? I mean, every corner I was driving down, I was like, whoa. Okay.
Thank you, man. You know what? To be honest with you, when we put out the signs, actually, me and my wife, we put out all those signs that you guys see out there, almost over 200 signs we put out there, and there was a few other people that helped out, but my wife was on that road with me putting out them signs. I mean, you got to have someone.
What I'm talking about.
Yeah, you got to have somebody that's going to be in your corner. We just got married July 20th, so we're still in our
congratulations.
Yes, we're still in our honeymoon stage. This is my new wife. She's still like a baby. I'm still exploring everything about my wife, and it's I'm having an amazing time to be able to win an election and to be with the most beautiful woman in the whole entire world to be next to my side.
Obama 2.0?
Hey, Obama ain't got nothing on this, okay? All right, I walk in my own lanes, but I will say this. I'm just immensely happy. I've been in this happiness. I've been so excited and so happy this whole entire time. And she makes the journey worthwhile.
That's what's up.
She makes the journey worthwhile.
That's what's up.
We got married in a pandemic, man. It's crazy.
Now, how was that?
You know what?
I know that has to have its own set of challenges, especially in a pandemic.
You got to make the best of it. I think we put out a video of us dancing because we make the best of everything. The one thing what you want to do in life is find somebody that you can have fun with, okay? A lot of people are in the wrong relationships. They're in unhealthy relationships. And I found that person that makes me happy. I mean, we had a good time. We had a Zoom. We had less than 10 people in the place that we was at. Man, we got out there. We did our vows. I mean, my wife shut me down. She said some vows that was just like, oh my God, did she just say that? Like, she literally had me speechless at the altar, and I had never been that way with her.
Yeah.
But when she got done saying her vows, it was just like, I want you, girl. Come on. So it's been really, really good.
So before we move away, congratulations once again on all that. I love it.
Right.
Love it. But I want to go back to the signs, because I know he was going somewhere with the signs, and I wanted to comment on it because it was an incident that happened.
Yeah.
Where, and you know, like you're saying, you're always going to run into haters. You're always going to run into things. And we had fools, we'll call them fools, out there trying to destroy your signs.
Yeah. Yeah, they so what happened in Chandler was there was people that were targeting my signs, kicking down the rebar, literally cutting the sign literally in half, putting X's in the middle of my face, literally the description of what hate signs are. And we know about hate signs because we've seen that happen in the past of our ancestors, where people, when they targeted you, they actually would do certain things to your signs to let you know, I hate you. And so that's what happened, and it continued to happen. It happened so much to the point where the news got involved and people became concerned. But I was so glad that in the midst of that hate, Chandler came through. You know, I raised all the money back from the signs in less than 24 hours.
Wow.
But it did take an assertive effort. I was that guy. I was bold. I got on the corner with my bullhorn, and I just asked the police to investigate. I told, hey, I need you to investigate what's going on with my signs. I need you to find out who's doing this. And not even long after that, the police start filing police reports for me.
Oh, wow.
To let people know, hey, we're putting this on blast, and we're going to find out who's doing it. So I think the amazing part of this whole situation was the fact that they stepped in, my community came through, and they made it happen. And so I'm elected.
Yeah, you got elected.
I got elected.
No, but what I like out of that whole thing was the fact I think other people's wound up getting messed up, and you went out there and not only fixed yours, but everybody else's.
Yeah, I think everyone
that
deserves.
was dope.
Man, you know, every sign matters.
Every sign matters.
You know, the thing is that you don't have to be a Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever you may be. Know that it's illegal to touch someone else's sign. You may not like the person who's running for office for whatever your political views is, but what's important is that that person is allowed their freedoms that we fought for as a military veteran, that they can exercise that. And that's what in our country, that's what we need to be able to do. We need to be able to exercise our freedom of speech. If you don't like what I'm saying on my social media, guess what? Delete me, block me, go to the next page. You don't have the right to exercise your freedom of speech on my social media. But what you do have the right to do is open up your own social media account, build your own fans, and then have conversations around that. So I really just kind of feel that there are people out there that's immature, but signs do matter. And if signs did not matter, then they wouldn't tear mines down. But every time someone would say, your sign doesn't matter, well, then tell the people to stop tearing it down if it did not matter. And so everyone has the right, regardless if you like them or not, you know, hey, take care of it. And when I fixed all those signs, they were Republican signs in the midst of those signs too. So I do agree. I'm a man of principles. I'm a man that believe in doing the right thing. And I want to make sure that people are, you know, doing right, you know.
So let's go into the next question. Like, who is O.D. Harris? Let's talk about the history. Where did you come from? What brought you, what led to Councilman O.D. Harris?
You know what? I think it was the next transition in my life. I started years ago. I went to school, got my degree. I opened up 35 locations, 35 tax accounting firms in the nation in 7 different states. And from there, I traveled. I went to these locations. Then I eventually sold these locations to a major competitor. Upon selling those locations, I later on started a foundation called Ready, Set, Go, which I am so very proud to announce that I will be transitioning Ready, Set, Go over to my wife, and she will be the president and the CEO of Ready, Set, Go moving forward. So you guys heard it first right here.
All right.
And so
only on AZ in the
On
know, baby.
AZ in the know.
So you guys get an opportunity to see what Ready, Set, Go looks like at the next level. But I am proud that we built.
Is that the shirt?
This is the shirt. This is the shirt. ReadySetGoFoundation.com. We will be putting out a social media blast, a press release, and the pictures and the board and everything is going to really change. The site's going to change because it's now I have to fight for Chandler. Mm-hmm. She's going to fight for Ready, Set, Go. And she's already done such a beautiful job already just preparing. We have pathways into Atlanta. She's going to take our 5 states and expand it. Mm-hmm. And so she's already started making inroads. Maybe one day on a different note, you guys can have her in here to talk about what does Ready, Set, Go 2.0 looks like. Because
see what you did there.
Because I know for a fact, knowing my wife, it's not going to be anything like what it was. I know that she already said, she wants to get rid of presidents and make leads. So that's going to be a severe change. So there's going to be some major changes that's going to be happening down the road. But this is going to be her time as a woman to take the reins of something that's powerful and make it even stronger than what it is.
Yes, sir.
So that's where I'm at right now. ReadySetGoFoundation.com. You can go there. And so we did that. We built it. I think Floyd came. Mm-hmm. Larvell, you've been a part of the program and things of that nature. And so now it's time for OD to say, all right, you built this baby. You brought it up to this point. Now it's time for you to hand the reins off to somebody else to take it a little bit further. And I think I got the right person. And I'm confident through her work and through her steadfastness, not because she's my wife, but because she does the work.
Yes.
I would not. She knows I'm very specific about that. People want titles. People don't want to do the work. So
that is so true.
Right?
So true.
I want to be the producer of this show. I want the title, but I want to do the work. So she worked hard to make sure that the work is being done, the money is being raised, and guess what? It's not my responsibility anymore. It's her responsibility, and I'm confident that she would do a great job as I have done in the past. And if you support Ready, Set, Go and you support me, you'll support this new transition.
See, that's what we love to see. That's a hard-working man. Chandler, y'all got y'all a good one, man. Y'all got your good. Speaking about, the people, I know another important thing that's been coming up, and this is everywhere, census. How important is really the census? Because, most black folks, when I was growing up, ain't none of them do that stuff.
They still don't.
That's what we need to
The census with Jehovah's Witnesses.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. No, but for real. What's going on with the census?
Yeah, so the census is a very important part of our value. You crazy. Welcome to AZ in the Know. After dark comedy session. The census is very important because it gives us a chance to let America know, let the federal government know that we need money in our state. We need money in our city. We need money for our roads. We need money for our healthcare system, our emergency hospitals, and all these different areas. What the federal does, once they count you, every person is counted. It's like $2,820 over two. I think it's $2,859. That is the allocated dollar that you represent in your city or your town. That money trickles into the state. It trickles into your local city, and then that money the city is able to do something with making it stronger and a more making sure you have a more quality life. So if you're not registered for the census, then what happens is that you take money from your community that you're paying tax dollars in. I mean, I don't mind paying $100 for something, but if you're gonna give me another $100 just because I'm paying $100, then that's $200. That takes the city a little bit further. So it's important to me to make sure that everyone register for the census, get out of the idea of, hey, they're trying to track me down, they're trying to do this to me, they're trying to do that to me. You need to get into the mindset, this will help your community, this will help your family, this will help you go a little bit further, and the census is important. And Chandler, I'm asking each one of you, all my black and my brown, and those that are in marginalized communities and those that have been scared, running away from the census, I want to let you know that the census is a good thing, and we need to make sure we participate in it.
Gotta make sure the funds go the right way.
Man, yeah, we do.
This is the first year I actually did it, so I can't, you know.
All right, well, that's fine. That's fine. You know what? I look at it like this. Any start, if you start today, you start now, it's the best time to start is to start right now. Whatever changes you're going to make, even if it's in life, do it now. Don't say I haven't done. Don't look back and reflect and say I'm looking to do this. I'm going to do better. Just look at you now and say I'm going to do better. So, Larell, thank you for just saying, you know what? I haven't did it in the past. I'm doing it now.
Yes, sir.
Your change starts today. And with this platform, this allows for your change to further it. So the census is important. It's an important thing. I filled it out. I was one of those people that was kind of nervous about it. I don't want the government knowing all my business. I don't want them, I don't want them coming and causing any problems in my family. But the census is there to provide dollars and weight so we can go further. So please, everyone, do the census. Go to the census now.
Please do the census.
Please.
Do the census.
We need that song like, please, baby, please. Where's the James Brown? He knows how to beg. He can beg it real good. Can he beg it down? Oh, we need them him.
Just like Keith Sweat.
Right.
And we need to make sure people vote, too. We got the most important election coming up.
Oh, my God, yes. Voting is so critical. If there was anything I can say today, if voting wasn't important, there wouldn't be so many roadblocks to do it. If voting wasn't important, there would not be so many people trying to discourage your vote. If voting wasn't important, they would not advertise to you. They would not have TV ads. They would not have Facebook ads. If voting is not important, or if voting is not important, then the dollars. You know how much you spend on campaigns? Oh, man. Millions and billions of dollars advertising to you. If voting wasn't important, we wouldn't spend billions marketing to you.
So I'm not going to say any names, but I just want to ask you a question. Since we know voting is important, and I know this, obviously it's important to you, we want to understand something. Is it okay to vote twice?
It's not okay to vote twice. It's not okay to vote twice. What I will say is this. I think that it's important that your vote counts, okay? Yes. And it's important that you verify that your vote counts. If you mail it in, you need to verify that your vote was counted. And I think the Maricopa County Recorder's Office have a text link that you can actually text, and you can tell them, I want to be a part of receiving messages of where my vote is, where my ballot is. Did you receive it? Actually, I just got a text message. I got an email today and a text message that says that, hey, your ballot is being prepared and it's on its way. So I think that you have to make sure that your vote did count. Okay, so if you mail it in, you want to follow and track your vote. And now we have a system where you can follow and track your vote. So voting does count. And if your vote did not count, then you need to make it your business to determine by the election day if you're going to mail in vote, you need to make sure that did count. You can go to the voting booths and verify if your vote was count on the day of the election. I know you can go there, or the week of. That defeats
the purpose. I mean, you can do it, but the whole purpose of mail-in vote is to mail it in.
Mail it in.
And I'm glad that's why you said it about how to actually check, because a lot of people didn't know how to check.
Right.
Once they mail it in.
Well, you send it in, and then once you send it in, and then you do the check. You want the check, okay? You want to check to make sure that your vote did count. I actually had people on my campaign trail that was texting me and say, hey, I sent in my ballot. I dropped it off at a polling location, and they still have not let me know that my voted count. So the reason why people get into this second look is to make sure that your vote did count. So this is critical for everybody. Make sure your vote count. Look at it a second time. Make sure that you are following the links. Make sure you are registered to receive these type of text links, so that way you can double check and make sure that your vote count. And if your vote did not count, and if your vote was not registered and your vote was not counted, then you have the power to do something about it, which is going to the actual location on the day of polling and saying, hey, my vote did not count. I did not get it. What do I need to do next? And at that time, those people will tell you what you need to do, which could consist of you re-voting again. Okay, which could consist, but those people will have a little bit more information about that. So that is a process, and a lot of people don't understand that there's a way that you can check and follow your ballot throughout the process. And if you felt like your vote did not count, then you need to go up to the actual polling location on the day of voting and just say, hey, I just want to double check. I didn't get the link. I didn't get the text. I didn't get it. Call the Maricopa County Recorder's Office, Adrian Fontes. He's been very good at making sure that people vote count. And I will say that the people that thought their vote did not count, it actually did count. They actually sent me a message saying, hey, my vote counted. Now, what happens is if your vote are not counted by election day, I think it moves into a provisional ballot. And if it moves into provisional ballot, they only count provisional ballots when the election is super close.
Yeah.
So if the election is a spread, then they're not going to count it. In which I feel that provisional ballots should be counted even if it is close, or whether it's close or whether it's not. It should all be counted no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
You have to make sure you sign it, right?
You got to make sure you sign your ballot before you send it in. Have your phone number on there, all the contact information. Make sure that's all done correctly. Address, absolutely. Make sure your name is correct. If you had a name change your name. Have there been mistakes? Yeah, sometimes people have gotten 2 ballots, literally, with 2 different addresses on it.
Yeah.
So imagine how that would be. So we got to make sure your vote count.
Yeah, I said it before and I'll say it again. Chandler, y'all got a good one. This is a man of many talents. He's like literally like an encyclopedia of knowledge. You know, speaking about books here, did you write a book?
I did.
The book, was it Quantum Leap Theory in Leadership?
Yeah, man. Hey, look, everyone needs to go to Amazon right now. Before the pandemic, my book released as a #1 bestseller in Amazon.
Say, wasn't it #1?
Yeah.
Yes,
I
congratulations.
sold a lot of.
This man got a #1. Mm-hmm. This man got married, and this man got elected to office, all in the same year.
So 2020 was good for somebody.
Listen, I'm a witness. It'll come down for it. Listen, you know what? This year, if we use excuses of the pandemic not to soar and achieve our dreams, then we'll stay in a pandemic. Some of you all was in a pandemic before the pandemic even became a pandemic. Right. You guys been in crisis in your life for a very long time. And now the pandemic is just another reason for you to have a further crisis. We need to come up out of that mindset and say, I will not allow this to defeat me. I will not allow this to overtake me. Come up out of the pandemic mindset, and then you can get into you can go further in where you're trying to go.
Preach, brother. You know he was a preacher too. Preach, brother.
I refuse to allow the pandemic. I refuse the pandemic to stop me from marrying my beautiful wife. I refuse to allow the pandemic from stopping me from publishing my book. I refuse to allow the pandemic from stopping me from winning my election. And I refuse to allow the pandemic to mess up my psyche. I do better when it's time, when your back is against the wall. What do you got to do? You got to fight. You gotta fight. Shoot, you can't be sitting around crying and moping. Everybody, well, you know, times are hard. Well, times are hard for everybody right now. That cannot be an excuse. Do what you are called to do. Set out to achieve your dreams, and you will have them.
Man, I need to make a meme on that or something right there. Put that on the shirt. I'm gonna go back and rewind that. Yeah. Rewind.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's kind of where we are now. So the Quantum Leap book, this book is a book of leadership. It talks to you about how to actually take your talents and your gifts and how to quantum leap. And I talk about quantum leap because that is a metaphysics term that says that I can appear one place and the next time you see me, I can be somewhere that you never thought that I would be. There's been times. So I talk about Elon Musk. I talk about Oprah Winfrey. I talk about Martin Luther King. I talk about various other leaders that said, you know what? I'm not going to allow this moment to destroy me, but I'm going to make pivots so that way I can quantum leap. When I won my election, everybody thought I would not be able to win because they felt like I would be considered a newcomer in Chandler. But yet what happened is that I took all those energies. For every time I got a no, every 9 no's I got 1 yes. To the point where I was able to get 23,277 yeses. Now, if you times that by 9, look how many no's it took for me to get elected.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Look
Was
how
that,
many
is that
no.
how many votes you got? Did you
That's
just
how many-
quote how many votes you
I
got?
know, I did. I know.
love it.
23,227 votes.
Come on, man. Say it again.
That's how many
Love
yeses
it.
I got. That's
Yes.
not how many no's I got, but that's how many yeses I got. So if you're going to achieve your dreams, so remember, for every 9 no's, there's 1 yes that's going to come. So that means continue to pursue, continue to push. I would be the 3rd African-American man to sit on council in Chandler in 108 years.
Wow. 108 years, only 3.
Right.
That lets you know where we're at and where we're about to go. Because
Absolutely.
we're coming. We're knocking down doors.
Yeah.
Thank you for opening that door, sir.
Absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely, and I think Mayor Coy Payne, the first black mayor of Chandler, and he was the first black mayor in the state of Arizona. And then there was a Phil Westbrook who followed that, and that man had endorsed my campaign. He's still alive to this day, more seasoned man now, but he's definitely a mentor of mine. And now you have O.D. Harris. And so we're trying to make change happen, and we want to see change in the most critical way.
There's so many others that's running right now, like the Sarah Tyrese, Jevin Hodge. We have Tim C. There's so many that's running for office.
Yeah, and support Tim C. Everybody support Tim C. That's my dude right there.
Yes.
He's a good brother. He does care about the community. He does care about people. And I know that he will be good for Phoenix. I know I live in Chandler, but I know those that are listening underneath the sound of my voice, I really do support Tim because he supported me in the beginning. You know, I've been knowing Tim for 7-8 years now. He was doing back to school stuff when I first met him, and I actually contributed to his work, school supplies and stuff. Actually, this is the interesting thing. This is full circle.
we're about to get an exclusive only on AZ in the Know.
When I actually met Tim C's, the school supplies that I was purchasing was the day I met Elizabeth.
Wow.
At Walmart. Yup. I met Elizabeth on that same day.
So he like OD like, okay, thank you, Tim. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that, Tim.
Right.
Thank you. Because that made me I would
Only
never
God,
met
man.
this woman
Only
right
God.
here if I did not if I wasn't going back to school shopping for a worthy event that Tim was doing to help our kids get to. So that's kind of full circle. So I met this woman while I was shopping to help this brother now who's running for mayor to get school supplies to the kids. And Tim used all his resources. He used his facility. He used his network to make sure thousands. Now, I only had enough for 300 kids, okay? He had enough for thousands of kids. I had enough for 300 kids, okay?
Hey.
But I'm not, one, if you can do it for one, you know.
Yes, that's what it's about.
So I gave him 300 because I was trying to spread out my love to everybody. I gave him 300 supplies. He made sure that it happened. Tim is the type of guy that cares about the community, and he's not caught up in people's words and what they say about him, but I love what he does. Watch him work. Watch Tim work. Y'all may think that he's behind on this campaign, but watch that man work. He put that work in, and so I'm so proud of him. He has a TV show and everything like that.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a TV show now.
Yeah, Tim
He's
is the
doing
man.
thing.
Yeah, I like Tim, man.
Yeah, we had a fan that sat there and said that they saw your signs all the way out near Maricopa. Like it was getting that close. Like when we were talking about how many signs there were, there were just signs everywhere. So you knew who O.D. Harris was.
Look, they knew who I was. I covered the whole. And let me tell you about the signs.
Let me tell you something.
My wife is the one that told me to put my picture on my sign.
Okay.
Yep. And I was like, I don't know, maybe, you know. And I'm gonna be honest. Can I be real on this show?
Oh yeah.
Y'all don't be getting me in trouble now.
No, go ahead.
All right. I was concerned about putting my black face on that sign.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Okay. I was concerned about that because I thought that would take away votes from me.
And I think that's what made you get elected, to be quite honest with you.
It was my black face that helped me get elected.
Mm-hmm.
But in a society where I thought that I would not get elected, my wife, we had conversations. And I was like, nah, babe, man, you know, My district is 70% white, you know, and I'm concerned that this and this. And my wife was like, nope, I ain't hearing that. Put your black face on that that sign.
That's a good woman right there. They say behind every good man is even better woman.
Yeah, and she really encouraged me. She helped. I think what makes her good is that she helped talk me through that process. You got to be talked through a process because it is concerning. Think about it. You're a black man running in a 70% district that's predominantly white, and you want to have a conversation that yields over to that community because you don't want to have a conversation that offends people. And so I was thinking that my face will offend people, and I don't know if anyone ever, you know, us and our culture, we go through that. We don't know if we talk too much about one aspect that is going to offend that person. I thought my black face was going to offend many of my white constituents. And so that's why I was honestly against it, because I wanted people to get a chance to get to know me, because so many people judge me from my face. They judge me from what I look like before they actually start judging the man. And I was concerned about that happening in Chandler. And my wife, it took a lot of talking sessions to get me through that process. But to be honest with you, I'm glad that she did that. I love her for that. That was a critical piece of the campaign. And I could tell you, I may not always agree with her, but I will say in that moment in time, she was so on the right side of history. She nailed that. And because the signs was produced months before, it was produced months before. So my first 100 signs was produced 3 months before the actual campaign. Before Black Lives Matter became a thing, my signs was already printed. So no one knew that I was going to have my black face, and that was something that me and my wife kept very private, that we didn't tell nobody that my black face was going to be on there. And I hate to say it like that, that may not be politically correct, but it is a thing. Political equity is a thing in America, and there's not enough blacks that's elected in. And so it's
they used to do that with music back in the day. You know how it was, Motown back in the day.
Oh,
they weren't allowed to put their faces or images on there.
Yeah, because they wanted the crossover.
Yeah.
That's you know what? Right. I'm so glad you said that, because that's exactly how that was the mindset. It was the crossover. I want people to know who OD is. I want you to know me from all the greatness that I can bring, and all the community hard work that I'm doing, and all the business acclimates I have. I want people to know me for me on the inside of me. But I was so nervous that my black face would stop people. They would stop in their tracks. And because of implicit bias, they won't even hear me. I see you, but do you hear me? Are you listening to me? Do you understand what's coming out of my mouth? Or do you just see a black person in front of your face? And I was so concerned about that. But my wife kept saying, you're great. You're awesome, OD. You're going to be the next city council person. Awesome. She actually was the person that said, OD, you running. You need to run. I wanted to just drop out the race so many different times. When they called me the N-word, when they sent me hate emails, when they told me I'm nothing, when they called me stupid, when they threw eggs on me, not just eggs from words, but literally. Yeah, I literally, while I was on a Facebook Live, they threw eggs on me.
I missed that one.
Yeah, you did, because I only had it up for a little bit, and then I took it down because somebody was like, okay, LD, you want to still... my wife said keep it up, but in politics, this is what you get. You know what I'm saying? For every stance you make. So when they threw eggs at me, and this person was white, okay? They were white. They threw eggs at me. The eggs cracked on me, and as soon as I put the video up, this is why I'm on the Facebook Live, I had other people calling me saying, take that video down. Take it down. It takes away your pragmatism. And see, we do a good job of covering up the black struggle. You know what I'm saying? And you can't cover up the black struggle because I'm in the struggle. I am the struggle. Have you ever been a part of something that is just because of the way you look? Just because of the way I look.
Yeah, attack putting up signs though too.
And so we also got attack putting up signs as well. A Caucasian male thought it was okay Okay, yeah, he ran across the street saying, you can't put that sign there. You can't do that. And we was putting up the sign. He gets in my wife's face. You know, at this time, I'm ready like, okay, you get in my queen's face?
Yeah.
Okay, the king.
It's here now.
Hey, look,
man.
when the king steps in. And so he got in her face, but that's a part of that implicit bias because this white male thought it was okay to say you don't belong here. You're not. It's not okay for you to put up your sign here. To the point we had to call the police, and the police asked me, "Did you want to press charges?" And you know what I said? I said, "No, I won't press charges on him." But if the shoe was on the other foot,
oh man, you know, be calling the police quick.
We'll be like, where OD? Oh, he in jail.
But you know what? Thank you so much for coming through.
Man.
yeah.
Oh man, such an honor and a pleasure to have you in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Congratulations on all your accomplishments. Y'all just understand, it's not just OD, the city council. It's OD, the producer. OD, the radio host. OD, the author.
Right.
Yeah.
OD, the what is it?
Philanthropist.
Ready, set, go.
The philanthropist. And I think that what people need to understand about me is that I'm capacious. I have a diversity of skills and things that I bring to the table. You know, I'm not just a person that's saying, yeah, this is important, but I'm also the person. I'm the dad. Mm-hmm. I got 4 beautiful children. I got two of my own, 2 bonus children. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm the husband. You know, I am the son of somebody's mother. You know. My father passed away when I was 14 years old. So I'm also the son of some man that passed away. Yeah. But I'm also your brother. I'm also your family. I'm also the person that cares about what you care about. And I think these times have been hard for so many blacks. I was going to say this before we I don't know how much time we have, but I want to say this to the black community. How much time I got?
2 minutes.
I got 2 minutes. I'll make this in 1 minute. I think that you see a movement happening around the nation, and you see the movement, and it's called Black Lives Matter. Mm-hmm. You know, the statement is so powerful to so many people. It means so much to so many people. It's unfortunate that many have taken that statement and created a negative vibe by it. Mm-hmm. They created offset organizations. It's like, you know, it's like the police. You know, all police is not bad.
That's
but
true.
There are some bad apples in it, and we got to face that in America. There are some bad actors. Black Lives Matter is not bad, but there are some bad characters in the midst of the movement. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're trying to shake. And that's what we're trying to get away from. And people don't understand it because they think, oh, every time you say Black Lives Matter, they bring up Antifa. They bring up all these negative things. Until Black Lives Matter, all lives cannot matter.
Man, say it again.
Exactly.
Until that happens. And this is what I would say to all my blacks. We have to be diligent about that when it comes to our community as well.
Yes, sir.
We have to be mindful that, Larvell, your life matters to me, and I'm going to do everything in my power to preserve your life.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to tear you down with my words. I'm not going to tear you down with violence towards you. I'm not going to tear you down because you are my brother, and your black life matters to me.
Exactly.
And until we start having these healthy, robust conversations within our own community. Now, we want people sharing that Black Lives Matter. We want that, okay. But also, we must also remember to continue to have strong conversations within our community. Right now, we're in the place where we all have to be united about Black lives. We just need to be in that place. But when we get done all this rallying, all this protesting, and all these things, and we get eager change, and change does happen, then we need to come back in and talk to each other and say, if your life matters, then how do I preserve your life? How do I help your social economic status go up? How do I advertise on this platform right here if I care about your life? Because if I care about your life, then I care about your well-being, and your money has to do with a lot with your well-being if your life is going to matter. And so when we get past a lot of this conversations, then let's start addressing things of how we can make black economics powerful in this country and how we use our $1.1 trillion to be successful in our country. Then we can truly say Black Lives Matters because other blacks see the importance of preserving and helping other blacks grow.
That's your city council, O.D. Harris.
Mic
Thanks for
drop.
coming in. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for coming in.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Bringing on to the next one. Hit me with the music.
All right.
Conversations within our own community. Now we want people sharing that Black Lives Matter. We want that, okay? But also, we must also remember to continue to have strong conversations.
Yeah, I'm in my bag, what up? I'm the one, I got the one up. Why they hate you, known to come up? Boy, you just mad, shut up. Oh, it's a problem, run up. I've been looking for reason to turn up. Keep on talking, I'm positive, I'ma get wild, like, wait a minute, hold up. I'm in my bag, what up? I'm the one, I got the one up. Why they hate you, known to come up? Boy, you just mad, shut up. Oh, it's a problem, run up. I've been looking for reason to turn up. Keep on talking, I'm positive, I'ma get wild, like, wait a minute, hold up. Already know who I be, Ali. Soon as I walk in the party, wait, I do not be at the party. Swear to God, I'm turning into Macaulay. I'm busy turning my squad to an army. Drop a bomb on them, Jeff Hardy. And I'm so sick. So they probably thinking that I'm rapping nigga Illuminati. Feeling like the tick, boom. But they about to go kamikaze, turn to get rowdy. Look what I started. They said if I sign my name on the dotted, the label would throw me a couple of dollars. Woo! Homie, that's a whole lot of money, but they wanna buy the soul out my body. Oh no. I've been independent for a minute. I ain't just pop one night, Lil Yachty. Gotta get it for the squad. I'm tryna dominate, I wanna run it all. I ain't tryna hang to keep it 100, dog. I don't like none of y'all. Got a stake on the ball. Why would I punt it all? I don't wanna kick it like a house that was missing a picket. No offense, but you the one that probably took it. Going in, gas in the tank, gotta book it. I might get a ticket in my bag. What up? I'm the one, I got the one up. Why they hate you, known to come up? Boy, you just mad, shut up. Oh, it's a problem, run up. I've been looking for reason to turn up. Keep on talking, I'm positive, I'ma get wild, like, wait a minute, hold up. I'm in my bag, what up? I'm the one, I got the one up. Why they hate you, known to come up? Boy, you just mad, shut up. Oh, it's a problem, run up. I've been looking for reason to turn up. Keep on talking, I'm positive, I'ma get wild, like, wait a minute, hold up.
Yeah, I'ma get wild like Tycoon. Like a street fight like Ryu with the fire dude, keep it 5
Hey, we're back.
All right. This is AZ in the know.
Hey, you know with your boy Floyd. This your boy Larvell.
That's right.
Wit. Don't forget the S. Wit.
Now, who do we got here?
We have the lovely Sylvia in the building.
Sylvia,
and she is with SelfMade Image clothing line. Not only that, but she's also an author.
Oh my gosh, just so talented.
She's written
Just
books.
like, man.
Wait. Not just one, a plural.
Ooh,
Two.
with
Not
the S.
yet, not yet.
Two.
Not too. On the way. It's on the way.
So what do we got? How are you doing, first off?
I'm
Welcome to the show.
wonderful. Thank you for having me. I'm grateful to be here. Took me a while dealing with some personal things, but now that I got that under control, I'm here.
You here? And what did you bring with you? I see that you started a new clothing line here with you.
I
today.
did. SMI apparel. This is my black with the shiny red tee, and my mask went somewhere.
She got the mask.
But I do have the mask. It's my clothing line, my apparel line, but it comes from SelfMade Imaging, which is my imaging brand. And I also wrote a poetry book, inspiration behind poetry. I wrote this a few years ago. Oh, they can see it over there. Yeah, I wrote this a few years ago. Just being inspired, being a poet. You know, I am inclined to music. I love music. I love words. I love rhyme. I love it all. So,
Where can we get the book from?
from me.
Oh, we got to get it personally?
Yes.
Oh. How can-
I'm working on a few things, but here's the thing. I have like 10 left, and I need to get rid of them. They're only $10. I don't need them. The book is in me. I'm writing my next few books, but I don't need the books. I really want to get them out there.
How can they get in contact with you?
Sylvia Nicole on Facebook, and Inspired by Sil on Instagram.
Cool. We will definitely post those a little bit later.
Yeah, and they can, if they're following you guys, they can tap in. They'll find me. We'll make sure they find me.
Oh yeah, most
Tap
definitely.
in. Tap in.
Tap in to the greatness.
What,
Oh, go ahead.
what inspired you to even do all this?
I was going to ask the same question.
Listen, just a lot of things that has taken place, growing up in South Phoenix, seeing a lot of things go on. My mother, she's watching. Hey, Mom. Single mom, single parent household, seeing the struggles that she had to do as a black woman, in the early 80s, the 90s, and sometimes even now, trying to shuffle things around. So my inspiration is from my mom, definitely. But not only that, but wanting better for my children, if you will. Like I said, I love writing poetry. I'm ready for my next book. I'm also inspired by others, even you guys just sitting here. Like, I'm already thinking, like, okay, what's my next move? Should I start podcast? But because you guys have been through whatever you've been through in your personal life, we can pull off of each other's energy. So that's another thing till this day that inspires me and motivates me. Like, if my friends are doing it, if they're becoming successful, them are the ones that I want to tap into and see how they, how we can help each other.
Do you feel like it was easier, especially during this pandemic that we're in, to start, getting your own business, things of that nature?
I mean, truth be told, yes, because of I'll say financial, y'all know what I mean, the certain type of incomes we all were able to tap into because of the pandemic. So yes, dealing with PTSD and anxiety, grief from losing a child, I told myself for 3 years, I'm not going back to a 9-to-5. I'm not doing it because of the crying late at night or something in the store or wherever it reminds me. And then I struggle with therapy from grief. I didn't want to talk about it all the time. I just wanted to just be me. But as soon as my daughter passed away, I had to get myself together, dealing with CPS and the state and all that. So now that I'm where I'm at, there's no stopping. You know what I'm saying? There's no stopping. So now that there's other types of incomes that may end soon, I got to be on the ball. Like, well, if this going to run out over here, then I need to get back into my cleaning business. I need to write more books because I want to always be able to fund my businesses and not seeing who I can call today to see if they can loan me something or invest, and then I have to give the money back. So, right. Yeah, so it was a little easier around this time to start a business. Because other people started businesses too now. It wasn't just me. We all benefited.
Right. That's what we're talking about, is the fact that so many businesses has started during this time period. Because just like what you said, it's like we don't know where our checks coming from. Jobs is closing. Right. It's the only thing you got to do now is work for yourself.
And even, back in the day what our parents didn't have access to, or our grandparents, and even me starting my t-shirt line, there's other people starting clothing. We didn't have access to this, like the printing machines, whatever it is that we are using to even make it happen. 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, they didn't have access to that. So I feel like our generation, now we in here, let's go, let's do it. Because then it'll bounce, what am I looking for? It'll trickle down to our children. So now our generation, we have to teach them, look, this is how we doing it. We can't take them too far back because then they'll get lost if we take them to our grandparents. You know what I'm saying? Because they never met them. It's a lot of our children haven't really met their. Right. Some have now, but as we go further up the grand and the greats, they haven't met them because they passed on. Right. So it was easy. It was easy, but it was still hard because when I started my clothing line, I had a little, not a backlash, but like just a personal drama with people here and there, and the enemy just attacking me left and right, dealing with personal things in quarantine. So it's just like, I'm not giving up. Not only am I not giving up.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Right. Don't you start. I look good in my SM. I'm telling y'all, and it feels good. The quality, my partners that print the shirts, they're very patient with me. Now, going back to that's the easy part. When you're dealing with people that's patient with you and they understand your struggle and you're learning the game just how they did. Yeah.
Oh, man. It's one thing when you talked about you wasn't going to give up.
Man,
you know what? That's something that that's not in your blood.
I know, because there's so many Rutgers, and there's so
Colters,
many
Washington, Rices. Yes.
I mentioned this on the show once before. You just related to everybody.
You told me that yesterday. Hold on. But I mean, and then just seeing what they've done and what they were successful at. My immediate family. It's a few of us doing our things, but everybody has their own calling, their own anointing, their own ministry, whatever it is. And in my head every day, I'm like, I'm in my element. Like, don't bother me. Y'all see my posts. Sometimes I hashtag it. I'm unbothered. Some stuff was bothering me during isolation these last 7 months. I'm not bothered anymore, because one thing I tell people now is I have learned how to master my response to rejection. because that's what I grew up on, you know, being rejected here, there, you know, wanting to speak at certain engagements, whether it was the church, even wanting to go to Poetic Soul. I don't go.
Aren't
That's
they
not
coming
rejection.
back?
Yeah, it is. Shout out to Q Cosmic. Now this time, y'all, I'm going to do me some poetry, because people be asking me, when you going? Not having a car, just bouncing back after
We got you.
3.5 years. You know, that's all I need. All I need is, hey sis, what you doing? You want to spit? What, you got some new material? That's where the motivation and the inspiration come. Like, it is somebody out there really thinking about me. Somebody out there really loves me. Little old big foreheaded me. Yeah, so this keep going in and out.
That's okay. Well, we love you. Thank you for
They can
coming
hear me?
in. Yeah, they can hear you.
Yeah, so thank you for having me. I know my time is shortened, but my people tuned in. Thank you all for tuning in wherever you are. My name is Sylvia Nicole. There's more where this came from.
Oh, we're
I'm
definitely
ready.
gonna have you back.
I'm ready, because there's some stuff I want to talk about. I'm not a debater. I don't get into politics, but, you know, hey, whenever y'all want me back, I'm back. Because a couple
All
months
right.
ago, I was like, Larvella, I'm not coming. But yes, I'm here.
All
I'm
right.
here.
We're
I'm
happy
here.
you came.
Man, thank y'all. Family, Larville, my ex-supervisor from the airport.
That's right. The
That's
boss.
that's where I met you
Ricky
too, I
Ross.
think. Yeah, the airport,
I
yeah.
was the boss. That's right.
Yeah, I was always, that's how I knew I wasn't meant for a job. He's a witness. Can I leave early? This flight, what is it called? The gate ends at 8:12, and you go home so you can catch your bus, Sylvia. But thank you, Larville. Thank you
you're
back
welcome.
then, and thank you now, and thank you, Mr. Ellis.
Floyd.
Floyd, y'all.
All right.
Thank you.
And thanks for tuning in.
Yes.
AZ and No.
That's right. That's right.
Only on Icon Radio, the
Yes.
#1 online radio station in Phoenix.
Yes.
You already know what
in
it
the
is.
know, baby.
Make sure y'all
Represent.
tune in
Let's
next
go.
week.
Yes. 3.5 years, you know.